Hello, friends, and welcome. Let's get ready for some movement. All right. Coming into your place, coming into your space, let's come into a little warm up on the legs. Let's do our seated forward fold. So just come on in, open up the back and the spine. Let's open these legs and these hips up a little bit more. Come into staff pose, arms come straight up, and then find that forward fold. Go ahead and reach and stretch, reach and stretch. Let's find that opening here, opening up the legs. And then bring the legs out, send that left leg out, right leg into center. We'll come into this head to knee pose. Just opening up the thighs and the legs just a little bit more here. And then let's switch legs, open up to the other side. We're gonna have lots of hip openers, leg openers here today in our Wednesday, Warrior Wednesday sequence. Let's bring in that same Buddha quote. I just think this is so appropriate. The root of all suffering is in attachment. So let's detach some of our suffering. Come on back onto the back. We're going to do some pigeon. So supine pigeon pose. Just open those hips up a little bit more. So come all the way onto the back. Bring that left leg up to right knee. And let's open up this hip flexor a little bit more. Bring that leg up. Come on up and in. Opening that backside. Relax the leg. Come on over to the other side. Bring the right leg up to left, right ankle up to left knee. Open that hip up a little bit. Pull that leg on up, opening all the way up. Go ahead and drop those legs. Let's come into our first little ab series here. We're just going to do some basic crunches. Come on in. Give me a dozen. Lifting up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 1, 2. Relax and release. Go ahead and bring those knees up. And then we're going to do that series where we push the legs out. So send the legs out, bring the knees up, send the legs up, knees in, knees out. So go ahead and find your own flow here. Bringing the legs up, lifting up as high as you can, whatever is comfortable for you. Just activating different parts of the lower abs. So we have our upper abs and our lower abs. This is going to get the very low lows and the mid. So continuing to do this. We'll go about 6 more times, about half a dozen more times. Just continuing to breathe as you continue to send the legs out and up and out. Coming back up. And relax and release, bring those feet down. Now we're going to do a little bit of those bicycles, so still activating those abs here. Come on up, bring those knees up and begin to pedal the legs out. Pedaling out. We'll do this for about a minute. Go ahead and send those legs the other direction, rotating other way. Continuing to breathe. And let's go ahead and bring those legs down, send them down, rest it out. Let's bring those knees up and around, adding just a little bit more of that low back twist. So bring the knees around in a circular rotation. We'll do this a few times, and then we're going to find our way up. Go back the other direction. So whichever way you were going, go ahead and switch the direction of that rotation. And one more time, all the way around. Just getting those abs nice and worked up. All right, find your way into a seated position. Then we're going to come up onto our knees. So come up onto the knees, and we'll go into a supported camel. So hand on hips, reach up, extend up, lift that left arm up and back, opening all the way up, and then lean on back, find your way down to the mat. Send that right arm up, opening up, activating the core. Come on back, activate that core, pull yourself back up, and then go over to the other side. Reach up, left hand on the hip, right hand all the way up, watching yourself go all the way back. Activate that core, come on back. And then reach that arm up, find that back bend. Come on back, activate that core, push down. Here we go, come on onto all fours. Step on back, find that tabletop. Roll out, let's do that figure eight real quick. And then cat-cows, drop the chin to chest. Inhale up into cow. Exhale into cat, round the back. Exhale. We're going to push on up into downward facing dog. So tip those toes, lift the hips and the knees, downward facing dog. Stretch out here for a second. Let's come on up, walk the hands up or the feet back, whichever way works better for you. Halfway or forward fold. Then come into that halfway lift. Exhale, relax and release, let it go. Come on up, one little vertebrae at a time. Be gentle with your back, gentle with your body. We work our way back up into standing. Roll those shoulder blades back. Let's come into some sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge the hips, bend the knees. Find your way down. Stretch it out a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Bring those hands all the way up. Extended mountain pose, look up. Exhale, we'll do that again. Hinge the hips, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale down. Bring those hands down to the mat, take a step back, plank pose. We'll do a couple of push-ups here. Exhale down, inhale up. Couple more. And drop the knees if you need to. Come on back, up back into downward facing dog. Bring that left leg forward, however you can get it there. Let's go into that runner's lunge. Open up those legs. Open up that hip even more. Drop the knee. We'll go into our low lunge. Inhale, activate the core, reach those arms up. Find that length. Find that strength. We'll open up, send that right arm forward. Find this nice little twist. Bring those arms down, come back into plank. We'll open up the other side. Send that left leg back. Find that plank. Couple more push-ups. Push them up. Drop those knees if you need to. And then downward dog. Find rest. And then bring that right leg forward. Walk it on up. Bring that right knee between those hands. Open up those hips back and forth, up and down. And then drop that knee. Bring those arms right on up. Activate the core. Inhale up. Send that left arm forward, right arm goes back. Nice back twist. Bring those arms down. Plank it out. Do that same sequence again. Drop the knees if you need to. Give me 3. And then down dog. Find rest. Come on up. We're going to go into our warrior sequence now. Exhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Come on up. Let's take a step back. Bring that left leg back. Left leg comes back. Right leg is bent. Warrior 2. Inhale, reach those arms out. Keep those hips squared away. Inhale, look over that right arm. Let's find that beautiful dancing warrior. So we come in here through our sequencing. We'll do our extension and then go into that peaceful warrior. So come on down into that extended warrior. Reach this arm. Reach and extend. Activate that core. Come up into that warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Drop, flip. Come the other way. Come on back. Find your own breath and extension in this. We'll do this about half a dozen times. Activating the core, staying very active in the core throughout this whole practice. Reaching, finding that length, activating the core when we come back up into that warrior 2. Couple more times. And then we'll work the other side. Last one, make it good. Reach for that strength and activate that core. Come on back into that peaceful warrior. And then we'll just switch by coming into a wide forward fold. So just rotate that foot. Come into that forward fold. Relax for a minute here. And then we'll just send our left foot out, bend the knee, and then come on up into warrior, other side. Adjust the feet however you need to. Need to come in just a little bit. And then begin to do that same thing. We'll go into that extended side angle. Come back into that warrior 2 and then drop down into the side. Or reverse. Continue to find this beautiful flow. Activate the core right through that mid. Dancing warrior flow. We'll do this about half a dozen times, same thing that we did on the other side. Keeping the core fully engaged as we go through. And a couple more times. Last one, make it good. Reaching, finding that length, activating the core, coming in through the center. And then come on back, find rest in that wide forward fold. Set it down. Rest it out. Come over to either leg, so whichever one. I'm going to the left first. Stretch out just a little bit more here. And then crisscross those hands, come right on through the center, come over to the other side. Then we'll go in and do our goddess flow sequence. So bring those feet just a little bit closer. If you're a little wide like I was, go ahead and drop down into that goddess. Find your positioning here, and then we'll get ready to do our exercise element. Go ahead and start reaching up opposite sides. Reach and stretch. You might come up onto your toes a little bit. We're activating this midline. Really activating the core, working the opposites. Going to get rid of all of that here. Keep that nice and toned. A couple more times. And then we're going to go down to the ground. So now that we've done our uppers, We're gonna go down and do our lowers. So now come on down to the other side. Down and up, down and over, same thing. You'll find a rotation in the hips and the knees, activating the core as we're doing this, not just about bending. The more we activate that core, the more we're going to engage those micro muscles. That's what we're trying to do here. A couple more times. Dip them down. Then we're going to just go into some squats. So take a step in, recenter yourself. Come on down into that squat. And then we'll go ahead and do those cherry pickers. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. We're not getting all the way up. So stay low. Keep going. Do about half a dozen of these. Maybe 4 more. There's 3. There's 2. And last one. Excellent. Come on up. Shake it out. Shake those legs out. Let's go into our chair sequence. Come on forward. Catch your breath. Heart should be nice and beating now. Raise the hands up. Come on, sit back into chair pose. Again, activating the core, activating the legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, we're going into that twist. Reach the arms up. Send that right elbow to left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, left elbow over to the other side. Stay there for one more breath. Inhale, come on up. Let's go into our balancing. Shake it out. Find our tree pose. So go ahead and lift the foot. I'm balanced on my left, right foot, knee is just lifted. We'll open that up. Stay low on the ground here. Focus more on sending the hips forward and the knee back. Sometimes when we go into tree, we're looking, trying to push too hard. So let's do a low tree. Bring those arms up. You'll feel that all the way through your glutes if you're doing this right. Bring that knee forward, shake it out. Let's work the other side. Balance there on that right side. Begin just by lifting the foot up onto the toes. And then send that knee out, squaring the hips, forward facing. Okay. Then you can bring that foot up if you want. Bring those arms out. Send that knee, trying to straighten that knee out to the hip flexor. There we go. Arms up, activating as much as we can here. Activating the core, keeping all of this engaged nice and tight. Bring that knee forward, shake it out, relax and release. We're going to do a little bit more of an exercise series now that we're straight again. So come on back. We're going to do those warrior ones with the extension all the way down to the ground, okay? Left leg forward, or we'll go, it doesn't matter, whichever leg. Left leg forward, right leg back. Come into that warrior one. Both feet are faced forward, flat on the heels. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then lean forward, forward fold, sending the arms forward, bring them down to case the ground or scrape the ground. Lift them back as far as you can. Inhale, come on back, activate the core, push down with the knee. Lift up. We're going to do that about half a dozen times. Reach, scoop, send them back. Inhale, push up with the knee, lift up, activate the core. Find that length, find that extension. There's 3. Keep going. We're going to do it about 3 more times. Reach, lengthen, scoop, and lift. 2 more times. You got it in ya. Come on. There's 1 more. Activate that core. Push it on up. And here's the last one. Reach for it. Reach forward. Hinge the hips. Send the arms down and back. Reach it on up. Pushing down. Activate. Send your feet back. Shake it out. Other side. Open up warrior one position. Find your balance first. Find the hips, then send those arms forward. We'll do the same thing, opposite side. Reach forward, hinge the hips, send those arms down. And then lift up, pushing through with the feet, activating the core. I'm going to do this about 5 more times. There's 2. Reach up, lift up, find that extension. Reaching in, coming through. We got about 3 more, come on. Reach forward, send those legs, arms back, push down with that foot. Activating 2 more. Reaching forward, sending those arms down all the way back. Last one. And reach, scoop, send those arms back, push it on up, push it on back, come on back, shake it out. Let's get down to the ground. We'll do a sun salutations, reach those arms up. Bend the knees forward, fold. Shake it out. Bring those hands down to the ground. Come on back into plank. Drop the knees if you need to. Send it on down. Come into that cobra. Point the toes, lift up. Elbows are nice and close and tight. Lift up, exhale down. Come into Sphinx. Bring those hands just a little bit farther. Lifting up to our forearms. Stretching that back. Exhale, release. Come on into Superman. Send those arms in front. And reach and look for some extension here. And exhale, bring those arms back. Go into locust. Arms towards the feet. Reach up. And exhale, release. Bring those hands up. Let's go back into child's pose. Push up to the knees. And then send yourself back in between towards your feet. Stretch out those arms and the shoulders. Wide child's pose. Spend a minute here in resting pose. You can stay here, or you can come onto your back, go into constructive rest. Just find your way onto your back, maybe knees are up. You can be in constructive rest, or you could be in a supine down angle, just really open, or all the way out in corpse pose, whatever feels good for you. Or maybe you stayed in that child's position. Give yourself some gratitude for showing up today, for being part of your practice. And there's my little kitty coming to give me some gratitude as well, probably letting me know that she needs a little something. All right, friends, that's it for today. I'll see you in a couple of days when we come back for Feel the Burn Friday. Do a lot more crunches then. All right, see you next time.